What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put it on the tier list so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're doing Lucky Charms Marshmallow Clusters. When it comes to Lucky Charms, I kind of consider the original to be sort of like perfect middle for the list, where it's a C, and figuring out where to put another cereal, sometimes I'll start with, is it better or worse than Lucky Charms? Kind of figure out where to go with it. So that's where normal Lucky Charms is. Fruity and honey clover Lucky Charms are also at a C, just kind of also okay. But then if you move up to a B, we have the cinnamon vanilla, which is like a winter sort of one they did, and that was pretty good. And the chocolate Lucky Charms, which is just chocolate and marshmallow, kind of hard to mess up. So we have more C's than B's, but it's pretty close to even. And one of the sort of main complaints, obviously, with Lucky Charms is that there's too many of the boring pieces and not enough marshmallows. But this one seems to have replaced the boring pieces with these fun little marshmallow clusters. So hopefully that can kind of make up for what I'm assuming is the same marshmallow ratio as always, and be a bit more just exciting than regular Lucky Charms. But let's just open it up, find out what Lucky's got in store. I mean, it smells more marshmallowy than normal Lucky Charms. Okay. As expected, and I kind of mentioned, seems to be a lower marshmallow ratio, so that's per usual for Lucky Charms. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. And then none of the basic, well, I think they're oat pieces. We have these fun clusters now. So let's see how it goes. Might have been a little much. Okay. Pretty small bite, but. Okay. These were much crunchier pieces than I was expecting. Taste-wise, though, it's like that sort of vanilla marshmallow. Not quite Peeps, but like trending that way. The Peeps cereal, to be clear, not the Peeps. But pretty decent first bite. I enjoy it. Definitely more flavor than just regular Lucky Charms. So off to a good start. To compare how different the marshmallow cluster pieces are, and to help conserve marshmallows, I'm going to try a bite of just these marshmallow clusters hanging on there. Okay, I think now that they've sat in the milk for a bit, they're not quite as strong as the initial bite was. Still pretty alright. Definitely, again, better than the normal Lucky Charm piece. But you can definitely tell that that's sort of the base for them. So not as drastic as that initial bite was, but I think still definitely an improvement. Looks like the milk has absorbed plenty of marshmallow, so let's check out how it tastes. Oh, I expected it to be a bit sweeter, I think, than it is. Like, it's still obviously kind of sweet, but I expected a more marshmallow-like change. Yeah, maybe it's just because it's pretty much the same flavor you're getting from the pieces, just not as strong. It feels a bit lesser. Okay, now that I've had just the milk a few times, I'm definitely noticing more of the sweetness. But yeah, I stand by. It's pretty much the same flavor, like marshmallow, kinda almost vanilla-ish flavor you're getting with the pieces. So, pretty all right. I think this was magically more delicious than normal Lucky Charms. As I mentioned early on, I kind of used Lucky Charms as the basis to determine starting point for this. And as I also just said, I think this better than normal Lucky Charms. So we're looking at least a C for this one. But then comparing it to sort of the other Lucky Charms we've done, I think also better than Fruity. From my memory of Honey Clover, I think I like this a little more. So doing good there. I think it's closer to the level of the Cinnamon Vanilla Lucky Charms. It's been a bit, so I'm not sure if this surpasses that or if it's like noticeably lower. But I think that, and I guess also the chocolate, is sort of a closer comparison for this one. So that's a good spoiler for where I'm going to put this, I think. So what I'm going to do is give Lucky Charms Marshmallow Clusters a B. Like I said, pretty solid improvement over normal Lucky Charms, and definitely works to be one of the stronger overall Lucky Charms we've done. Also in the B range, though, is the Peeps cereal, which I kind of mentioned at the beginning as being sort of similar taste-wise. I think I'd still put Peeps above this, just because I think the shock value of that being as good as it was kind of gives it a stronger spot in my memory than I think this will have. But I think they both represent like a good use of marshmallow, and I've said it a few times vanilla. I'm not sure that's exactly what it is, but that's sort of the reference my brain makes with it. I think it's a good use of that flavor in a cereal form. And also, very crunchy. Unexpected. Like, normal Lucky Charms pieces aren't that crunchy, so that was also kind of a fun change of pace for this. So, all around, Lucky really did better. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've tried the Lucky Charms Marshmallow Clusters, what you thought of it. It says new here on the box, but that was a while ago at this point, not super new anymore, so hopefully some of you have had the chance to try this out. I obviously think better than normal Lucky Charms, but if you feel differently, if you think, Lucky Charms is just so iconic that it is better, or I don't know, maybe you just do prefer that sort of balance of strong marshmallow, weak piece, you can kind of let me know your feelings on how this compares. But until next time, stay delicious.